Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to my dear respected brothers and sisters out there. I hope that you are all in the best of health and iman. Iman meaning faith. Okay. So this video is part two, okay, of unit number 5. Okay, so if you remember, or if you did watch the last video, we are covering this book, the pre-intermediate book. Okay, and we are covering unit number 5. Okay, unit number 5, and yesterday was our first lesson. Okay, and today we are going to continue with that lesson, inshallah, God willing. Okay, so without further ado, let me switch over to the website that I was showing you yesterday. Okay, so if you remember, the title of the unit says, what do you want to do? Okay, what do you want to do? Right, in this video, I will try to add a bit of Arabic for my Arabic speaking students. And of course, I will translate it for those who do not understand Arabic. Okay, right, so ams meaning yesterday. Okay, we started to look at something called verb patterns. Okay, so what does it mean? Verb patterns is basically where you have two verbs together in the same sentence. Okay, and these verbs can go together in different combinations, but not all. Okay, not every verb can follow the same combination. Okay, meaning this is why you need to know the pattern. Okay, so in other words, what words that we can use to make a sentence, okay, to make a grammatically correct sentence. All right, so yesterday we did a bit of starter. We also looked at some of these people. We looked at their hopes and ambitions. Okay, so in Arabic, I think hopes and ambitions translates to amalun wa tumuhat. Okay, this is the closest translation I can find with Google Translator. Okay, so that's the idea. We head back, and if you remember as well, we did these exercises, and I wrote some answers from some questions on the book as well, right? So if you remember this sentence, I wrote, one day I want to have a successful YouTube channel. Okay, and here, I highlighted green. And what does green mean? Green is the main verbs, okay, or the verbs, the main verbs, okay. And yellow means the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs. Some people like to call that as well. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get my highlighter ready. Sorry, bear with me. Here we are. Highlight that. Okay, so yeah, so and here we have two verbs next to each other. If you notice, we have the word want and we have the words to have. Okay, so let's write the pattern. This is the first pattern here, which looks like verb, okay, plus what? Plus preposition to. Okay, this is the to preposition. Remember, prepositions, like the words in, on, from. I mean, there's many prepositions, okay, and they allow us to connect words together and give some meaning. Okay, so here we have a to, okay, and then finally we have another verb, have. Okay, so this verb, this last verb, I'm just going to highlight it for green for now. This verb must be in what we call the infinitive. Okay, what does the infinitive mean in English? So if you hear someone say the infinitive, just think of the verb in its basic form. Okay, the verb is unchanged. Okay, it's the original verb, not talking about the past form, not talking about the perfect form. Okay, nothing like that. It's just the basic verb. Okay, so have is the basic verb here, so we can say to have. All right, good. All right, and here, if you notice here we have another pattern. Although the second sentence, if I read it again, says, right now I'd like to buy some furniture. Okay, so here we have we have um, we have a helping verb this time. I would. I mean, remember, helping verbs, we don't have to always keep them. Okay, so here we look at the main green ones. Here we have like, which is a verb again. Okay, which is a verb, plus, if you notice, there's a to again, and then the basic verb buy. So verb, to, and then verb again. So basically the same thing as the first one. So the same pattern. Okay, the same pattern, right? Good. All right, so let me just also highlight this, also make this green as well. Talk about this is the main verb. All right, and what about the next one here? This next one, this is more interesting. Here we have, I enjoy watching documentaries because I like them. Okay, so here we have the two main verbs next to each other, enjoy and watching. But this one is slightly different, right? It's not like the first two where we have, we use to preposition and the second verb is infinitive. Here, the second verb is not infinitive. Here we have ing. Okay, so what do we write? Here we say verb plus verb, but the second verb, remember, must have ing. Okay, so let me double click, make this green, and make this green, and this one I'll make this red. Okay, just to make it stand out. Okay, so here we have verb plus verb ing. So this is a different pattern, right? It's not the same pattern as the first one here or the second one here. The third one has an ing pattern. Okay, now the last two, they don't follow a pattern. The last two is basically you have a modal verb, can and can't, and here we have a future. Okay, here we have I'm going to. This is the future form. Okay, this is somebody talking about a planned future. يعني في المستقبل, future. Okay, this is when we think about a plan, we think about a plan that you decided before now. Okay, not decided now, you already decided before. Okay, guys, good. So here we have this pattern. These two have the same pattern, and this one has a different pattern. Okay, so let's practice this. If we go back today here, we're going to skip this. This is just asking us just to listen and write some points, so we're going to skip this. Okay, here I would like to look at this one. Number 3 says underline the examples of verb plus verb. Okay, so like here, two verbs next to each other, two verbs next to each other. Okay, two verbs next to each other. Tamam? Not the yellow ones, but two green ones, like main verbs. All right. So and what we can do is we're going to open the script. This is the script. Okay. So Saad, let's have a look at Saad first, and look and find out some verb patterns. Okay, let's find out some verb patterns. Okay. So Saad says, when I grow up, I want to be, right? I found one already. I want. So here, if you notice, here is the, just actually, let me see, can I highlight it? Nope, I can't highlight this. Can I? Okay, I can't write anything here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the page, the back of the page, which was page 120. Let's go to 120, and I think I can update it there. Okay. Right, here we go. That's the place. There you go. Okay, good. So here, now Sad says, when I grow up, I want to be, right? Have a look. Here, want is the first verb, okay? And then we have to, and then we have be, the basic verb, okay? So this example follows this pattern, verb plus to plus verb, infinitive, okay? So this is the first one. I want to be a footballer, okay? So what I'll do, let me just write down sad, write down, and we'll just write down what we found from his story, okay? So the first one we found was let's write it down, I want to be, okay? So here we have the main verb, first verb, and then and here, and then here we have the to be verb here, okay? So this one follows this pattern, tamam? Just right next to it here. There you go. Let's continue. I want to be a footballer and play for Manchester United because football is the best sport in the world. After that, I'm going to, so I'm going to, this is the future here. So this is not a pattern. Become an astronaut and be the first Romani astronaut to fly to Mars and Jupiter. And here it says, and I'd like all the people in the world to be. So here we have another one. Here it says, I'd like to be. So let's write this down. Remember, this I'd means would. Okay, this is the short for would. I'd like to be. Okay, so here we have a helping verb, would. Okay, so it's not a problem, but the main ones are here, the main two verbs, like and to be. Okay, so again, this follows the same pattern as this one. Okay, the only difference is that we have an additional helping verb. Okay, I would like. Okay, good. So I think that is it for sad. Next, we're going to look at rim. So let's find out some verb patterns from rim. Okay, so rim. Oh, not rid. Rim. Okay, let's do 2 spots here. Okay, so let's read rims. So here I have finished. Okay, this is the perfect tense here. I finished the first year of my medical degree at Bristol University, and now I'm going. Okay, now I'm going to have. I'm going to have a month off. Now here we have I'm going to have. So this is the talk about the future. It's the university holidays. I am not going. Okay, I am not going to relax though. Okay, again, we're talking about the future. I'm going to study because my course is quite hard and I want to do well. We found something here. Want to do. There you go. I want to do. Okay, so again, here we have the first verb, the first one, and then we have to do, to infinitive. Okay, to do. So this follows this pattern here. Okay, the next one is when I finish, I hope to find. Okay, it's another one. I hope to find. There we go. Fine. I hope to find. Oops, sorry. I hope to find. And again, this is the same pattern here. Verb plus to plus verb. Okay. Let's continue. I hope. Let me just make a bit. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay. I hope to find a job as a children's doctor. I really want to help. Really, so I want to help. This is another one. So this is an adverb here. Okay, so we can say I really want to help. Okay, so here again we have the first verb, want. Okay, and then we have the second part, to help. Again, this follows the same pattern again. Okay, So this is, you know, if you can see, these all have the to infinitive uh, to infinitive as well here. So I forgot to highlight this. Okay, and really this is just an adverb. This, remember, adverbs, they allow us to modify a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. Okay, so that's the job of the adverb. Okay, so the adverb, I think I would like to highlight it with this funny color here, this color, maybe a bit of a purple color. Right, good. Okay, so that's it for Rim. Let's look at Kamal now. Let's find out some more verb patterns from Kamal. Okay, so we're gonna write Kamal. Okay, I'm gonna write another bullet point. So Kamal's story, what's his story? It says, what I'd really like to do. Straight away here, would really like to do. I'd really like to do. Okay, this is another pattern here. Here again we have would, we have a helping verb, we have an adverb. Okay, so these two, it's not necessary. If you want to remove them, by the way, the sentence will still make sense. You can still say I like to do, still makes correct. Okay, but this gives us more information, more emphasis, answers a few questions. Okay, so I'd really like to do. So again, we have like, which is the main verb, and here we have to do, which is the second verb, which is the to infinitive, and the do is the infinitive, meaning the basic verb. Okay, always a basic verb. Okay, the first verb can change, by the way. I can say in the past, I really liked within, in the past. Okay, so that doesn't matter, but this second verb doesn't change, it stays basic. Okay, so here again, guys, as usual, it's following this pattern here. Let's write this down: verb plus to plus verb. Okay, let's look for another one. To do, because I am interested in TV and everything everything to do with TV. Okay, so I am interested in TV and everything to do with TV. Good. Is to become a TV news presenter. I'm getting married next June, so I can't do. Now here we have two verbs, but remember, can't is a helping verb, auxiliary verb. Okay, so I can't do anything about it yet, but I'm going to. So this is again talking about the future, planned future, going to start applying for jobs this time next year. Okay, and that's it. There's no other patterns that I could find. I mean, here we have to do, but this is not next to the main verb. It's not next to that. And this one I'm getting, and here I can't. This is not a verb pattern. Okay, good. Let's look at the last two stories quickly. Okay, so the next one is Adrian. Okay, let's write Adrian. Okay, so what does Adrian say about his story? Okay, so Adrian says, my great passion is traveling. Okay, I've already visited around 20 different countries, but my secret ambition, and this would be, okay, and this would be the best thing. Now here, this is not a pattern, this is a modal verb with the be. The best thing in my life, I would love to take. Right here, I would love to take. Okay, let's write this down. So instead of writing it like this, I'd, this is the contraction. Now the word is open. We say I would like to take. Okay, and here we have to take. All right, so here we have a helping verb, would. Mark this yellow, like the first main verb, and then to take, second main verb, and this follows again this pattern. Okay, the same pattern: verb plus to plus verb infinitive. Okay, let's continue. I would love to take a year of work and travel around the world on a motorbike. I really want to see. I really want to see. Here's another same one. I really want to see. Okay, so here we have a adverb. Okay, and then we have the first verb here, the first main verb, and then we have the to infinitive, to see. Okay, all right, so here we go, same pattern. So you all, or by now, everybody, I should understand the pattern that we're focusing on here tonight. This is the first pattern here, okay? We haven't seen this pattern yet. I enjoy watching. We haven't seen that one yet, okay? So we'll come to that, inshallah. Right, okay. I really want to see how different people live their lives, okay? That's it. Right, that's good. Now we're going to look at Anna. Okay, let's look at Anna. Let's write down Anna. And write a bullet point for her as well. So we are thinking of moving, okay? We are thinking of moving. Now, this is kind of a pattern, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. So we are thinking of moving because, okay, because the children are leaving home soon, okay? Nothing so far. Our daughter, Kate, is getting married in November. So this is talking about the future with the present continuous is getting. And our son is doing his A levels this year. So he will be, so this is not a pattern, so he will be off to university next year, okay? Jack and I both enjoy walking. Here's a different pattern. Enjoy and then walking. Okay, so let's write this down. Jack and I, so Jack and I means we, okay? Enjoy walking, okay? We enjoy walking, okay? Okay. Okay, so walking. So here we don't have the to verb or the to infinitive. So here we have a different pattern. Okay, so the first verb is enjoy. The second verb is walking. Like in this one is, there's a different name for it, but I'm not going to talk about it yet. And then we have the ing. I enjoy walking. So this is a different pattern, right? So the pattern now looks like this. We have a verb plus a verb again, but this verb, second verb, will now include an ing or an ing sound to it. Okay, it has an ing sound to it. All right, so this is a different pattern. Okay, good. It's interesting. And then we continue. And Jack likes fishing. Oh, here's another one. Jack likes fishing. Okay, Jack likes fishing. So again, if you notice, guys, here we have the first verb and then we have fishing, but this one is with the ing sound, okay? And this one follows the same pattern here, the ing pattern, okay? Verb plus verb, ing. Let's write this down. Excellent. So at least we found something interesting and different this time. Good. All right, let's go and continue reading. You can't do that in the city, so we're going to move, to the country. So here we're just talking about, again, the future, going to, and here we're just talking about move to a place, not to a verb, but to a place. Okay, good. The last one is Mona. Okay, let's look at Mona. Okay, let's write her down. So Mona, what does she say? Well, I broke my arm 2 weeks ago. So what I really want to do, right here, straight another one. I really want to do. That's what she uses. I really want to do. Okay, so this one, guys, which pattern does this follow? Which pattern does this follow, guys? While I'm doing this, think about it. So is it this one or is it that one? I'm sure you guys already know. It's definitely the first one. Okay, verb plus to infinitive. Okay, good. Continue. I really want to do is get fit again as soon as possible. So I can do, okay, this is not one, this is a normal modal verb. I can do all the things I enjoy doing. Right here. I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing. Okay, so if you see here, we have two verbs. The first one is enjoy, and the second one is doing. But remember, with the ing sound. Okay, and this is another. So this is the second pattern right here. Verb plus sorry, verb plus verb ing. Okay, verb plus verb ing. Good, and let's continue. I enjoy doing. I am looking forward to playing. Now there is a pattern here. I'm looking forward to playing with my grandchildren again. So I'm not going to talk about that yet, not yet. I'm going to talk about this in a slide, inshallah. So I am looking forward to playing with my grandchildren again. Okay, I was an English teacher for many years, and I'm going, okay, to start teaching them English. It will help them when they start school. Okay, so far I'm just focusing on two patterns here, right? I'm focusing on the pattern that starts with verb to verb infinitive. This is the first pattern, and the second pattern is the verb plus verb ing. Okay, so there are many patterns, by the way. We're just starting with two. All right, the easiest two. Okay, good, excellent, well done, guys. So we've done a lot of work today. Okay, talking about verb patterns. All right, so let me go back to the book and return to the page. Okay, so as a last thing to do, let's just do this grammar exercise together. Okay, let's do this together, and then inshallah I will finish with the video. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, here we go. So here it says complete the sentences with the words go abroad. Put the verb go in the correct form. Okay, in the correct form. So here, for example, here it says I want, and then we have to say with the word want, we should say to go, right? So if you looked at the book here, that every time we say want, we always say to something, to be, to do. Okay, this is the pattern. So the word want usually, okay, is followed by a to infinitive. Okay, it's followed by not an ing, a to infinitive. So here, and here we have the next one. Here we have I'd like. So remember, when we say I'd like, we have to as well. So we say I'd like to go abroad. Okay, I'd like to go abroad. Okay, now here, this is I can't. This is a normal modal verb, and if you remember about modal verbs, that the second verb is always basic as well. Okay, so here we can also say I can't go abroad. Okay, I can't go abroad. Okay, here we have I'm looking forward to. Now when we have it here, if you remember, we read an example earlier, but when you have a preposition, usually preposition is followed by a noun. Ism, noun, Arabic ism, asma. Okay, so I'm looking forward to going. So you use the ing, the ing form. I'm looking forward to going. So if someone says looking forward to, the word afterward has an ing. I'm looking forward to playing football. I'm looking forward to meeting my parents. I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, and so forth. Okay, the next one here says I hope. Okay, so here we have I hope. All right, do we have an example of the word hope? We do. If we look here, it says I hope to. So here hope is followed by a to infinitive. So we say I hope to go abroad. Okay, I hope to go abroad. And here we have the word enjoy. Let's look for the word enjoy. There we go. Here, if you see, enjoy is followed, يجي بعدها, followed, يعني, by a verb ing, by an ing verb. Okay, so we should use an ing. So here we say I enjoy going abroad, right? We have to say going abroad. Okay. Here's another one. Here it says, I'm thinking of. Thinking of. Okay. Is there someone talking about I'm thinking of here? Not sure. No, we don't have one. But again, if you look at the word of, okay, this is a preposition. Okay, guys, a preposition. So if you have a preposition, what should follow is a noun, okay, or an ing word. So here I'm going to say, I'm thinking of going abroad. I'm thinking of going abroad. Okay, guys, good. And the last one here, it says, I would love or I'd love. Do we have one here that says I'd love? Okay, here we have I'd like, and here we have I'd like, and here we'd have I would like. But if you notice all of them, I would like, and it says to take, okay? And here I'd really like to do, okay? And here I'd like to be. So all of those with the word would like is followed by this pattern, right? It follows this pattern, okay? It doesn't follow the ing pattern. It doesn't follow this pattern. I can't say I would like fishing. No, okay? I would like to fish. All right. So here we're going to say I would love, okay, to go abroad. Okay, I would love to go abroad. Tamam. All right. So let's just check the answers. And alhamdulillah, they are all correct. So here, just remind you, I want to go abroad. I'd like to go abroad. I can't go abroad. I'm looking forward to going abroad. I hope to go abroad. I enjoy going abroad. I'm thinking of going abroad. And finally, I'd love to go abroad. Okay, so last thing, number 2 here. What's the difference between these sentences? So let's have a look at these last 2 sentences. The first one reads, I like going to the library. Okay, so that's what it says. Okay, that's the first one. Let's put a tick. The next one says, I would like to go to the library today. Now, if you noticed, the word like, okay, let me just do a circle. This is actually highlighting a new pattern here, okay? But if you notice, we're using the first verb is like, but the second part is different, right? The first one follows the I'll write it down here quickly. This will be easier to follow from here. So the 2 sentences are I like going to the library. Okay, I like going to the library. That's the first one. And the next one says, I would like to go to the library. Okay, so here, the first one, guys, here we have like, and then we have going. Okay, so we have this pattern follows this pattern first, right? Okay, and the next one says here, I would like, so here we have the helping verb, would, and then we have like, which is the first verb, and then to go, which is the second verb, and then finally to the library. And this follows this pattern, okay, this pattern. All right, so what's the difference here? Actually, there is no difference in meaning, okay? So even though we've written the word like in 2 different patterns, so here I'm like going, or here I'd like to go, they actually have similar meaning, similar meaning, not exact, but similar enough to say that they are, they share the same meaning. Okay, so that's the answer. So here we have 2 different patterns, but both patterns use the same first verb. Okay, so what does this tell us? It tells us that this verb can be used with verb ing or the verb ing sound, or it can be used with the verb to infinitive or the to verb. Okay, so this is something to think about, because verb patterns, you can have verbs where you can only use it in one way, or you can have verbs where you can use it in two different ways and still achieve the same meaning. Okay, good. So back to my screen again. So I hope now that everybody has a good idea about the patterns. Okay, so we focused yani, on two patterns. The first pattern is the verb plus to plus verb. Okay, or the last verb is infinitive, meaning basic. And then the second pattern we looked at was verb plus verb ing. So the second verb is an ing sound, okay? Like, for example, I enjoy playing. Okay, so thank you again for your patience and time. Do please continue watching my upcoming videos to learn more and hopefully get you guys understanding the subject of verb patterns in English. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.